How about it?
We are. Dennis Gantz.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
It has been.
It was back when I was trying to do the Mayfly Militia.
Yes, it has.
And I was also 315 pounds, or I was 315 pounds then. Now we're a Schvelt 195 as of...
What'd you do with the other half of Dan?
I killed that son of a bitch.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't like him. But you're the guy who originally got me into fitness.
Yeah, that's where it all started, buddy.
It did. At St. Joe's. Now it's, I think it's back to a fitness center, isn't it?
It is a fitness center. I have not been in there since it opened.
I have not either.
What's it, Evolution or something like that?
Something like that. Elevate.
Elevate, that's what it is.
And that's where Leanne Bianco has the Dance Factory too. She's renting out the top floor. She's an awesome girl. She was my first guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, she suffered through it. It was horrible.
Somebody's got to be the guinea pig.
Well, I promised her when we get in the new place, she'll come back on and we'll definitely help her out. Because that was bad. You could see curtains in the background. As you know, we're still doing it in the bedroom. But it looks good, right?
It's a good bedroom.
It is. It got a lot of good,
no?
got good memories.
I've been in here twice just to do this.
Just to do this. That is correct.
That is it.
So tell me, what season of Wild Bout Huntin are we on?
6, buddy.
6.
Season 6.
Wow. That's awesome, man. You've been trucking right along at that.
It has been a journey.
I could only imagine.
It has been a journey. Yeah.
What's the highlights of this season?
Well, we've changed it up.
Okay.
We've changed the entire model going into season 6. I'll be honest, producing video and whatnot for television is not easy.
I can only imagine.
When you're working a 9 to 5 and you're trying to do everything in family life and all of that, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. We have a lot of great followers and stuff, but in 2019, I devoted a lot of that entire year to building the YouTube channel for Wild Bout Huntin.
Yeah, so you guys are rocking on YouTube.
Yeah, and put a lot of time and energy into it, and we got it to where we want to be.
Yeah.
We got the channel moving and hopping. It's growing. Got a lot of followers, and we're producing videos, multiple times a week. Nice. And we made a tough choice to suspend the TV market and solely go YouTube for season 6 and focus on that platform, and it's been going well.
I think that's what people want to see too, because you're sending more videos out too, right?
We're sending it all. We're sending everything out. Like don't get me wrong, I love television.
Sure.
I love putting stuff on TV, and but you get 21 and a half minutes for a television show, and we get 13 episodes a season.
Jesus.
So, we could do more.
Sure.
But there's a lot more money.
Sure.
And I'm not rich.
No.
By no means.
No.
You know where we came from.
Yes, we do. Yes, humble beginnings.
Hey, YouTube's a great platform. It is huge.
It is.
There's so much opportunity there to just grow a brand, to grow your face, whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
You have to work at it though.
Oh, yeah.
You're learning.
I am. I'm learning all this stuff, except you are way more high-tech than I am.
It's just more wires, that's all.
Yeah, I can see that. But listen, Dennis, it is so nice to finally catch back up.
Oh, my God, yeah, buddy.
Awesome. And we were just talking a little bit to get you up to speed. He was filling me in about how you made a tough decision this year.
Yeah, we did. We made a tough decision. This is season 6.
Right.
And we talked about that, and it's hard to believe it's been 6 seasons already that we're into for Wild Bout Huntin, and it started. A lot of. It's been a journey. It's been a bumpy road at times.
Yes.
But we made a tough decision to go strictly YouTube in 2020. We spent 2019 devoting a lot of time and energy to building the YouTube channel, getting it to a point where it's really being recognized, through Google and the YouTube analytics and everything like that. And we do have a business,
yes.
So we needed to get it monetized. That was a lot of energy, we spent some marketing money to do that as well, and it got us there, and we're there, and I like it. Nice. I like it.
You're getting stuff out more frequently too.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not as stressful.
I could believe that.
It is not. You work when you're producing for television. Like I said before, we can only do 13 episodes a year, and then we re-air them, which is great.
Right.
And you're constantly going. You're hunting down sponsors. You're looking for that paying sponsor, trying to sell advertising. It's hard.
It's got to be hard work.
It is hard work. It's a lot of work, for you to do, and then you got to put together just 21 and a half minutes of video from maybe 3 hunts where you're filming hours of video and put together the best stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great challenge, but you still got to get your advertising in there and this and that and the other thing. YouTube, I can show you everything.
Yeah.
And I can put out more videos weekly and take you on that journey and become more personal with you. And that's what I love about it.
Right. That is nice because you could every week they could follow right along with you.
Yep.
Like from hunt, because I want to give you a compliment first of all. For the first moment I met you, you're all in on everything. Like you have that. I wish when I met you back when I was 28, I think somewhere around there, 27. Like I wish more of you would have rubbed off because I seen the hard work you always put in. Like you were in the gym, you were working out, you were volunteering in the fire department, you were hunting every time you had a chance, you were going up to your cabin every time you had a chance. Like you are the guy. Like and I said this before, and I don't know if you saw it, but you were the guy. I don't have to talk to you for 2 years.
Yeah.
But I call you on the phone, and I'm like, Dennis, what do you got going on?
What's up, buddy?
Let's go hang out. Like that. That's when you know you got true friends.
Absolutely.
It's a compliment to you because I look back now that I'm trying to change, and I've called a lot of the bullshit on myself, of being lazy and everything else, and not following through. And now I look at the people that I was around back then. I'm like, man, I gotta bring those people back to help keep me going and driving. So. And that's awesome for you because if I know anybody who spent more time in the woods, I don't think I know anybody who spent more time in the woods, to be honest with you. Or do you actually live in there and then come out occasionally?
Teresa lets me home once in a while. Yes.
That's awesome.
She makes good meals.
She does. I've had some of her meals. I have. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So one time from you in the tree stand to if you're out Monday, how soon does someone get that video usually on YouTube? So
what I try to do is no further than a week out.
Nice.
There are times where, like right now, we're kind of in the slow season here in Pennsylvania, and so I'm out doing some scouting. I'm doing some shed hunting, even though they're not dropping too many, and I'm not finding a lot of bone. But
boss has been saying the same thing.
Yeah, but. If I don't have anything going on, I can sit down, pound a video out, and try and have it out within 48 hours.
Nice.
But my goal that I give myself is 7 days from filming to when people get to see it. So try and keep it as current as we possibly can. Yeah, because you're also got, like you said, condensing all that time down too. That's tough. See, this is easy. I just turn that on when I haven't plugged in right. Yeah. And I kind of forget about it, to be honest with you. I'm trying to get used to that thing not being on. That's my first buck I ever got. Man, it's nice too.
Yeah, that was the first one.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that was... Is
this what they look like? Because I've been looking for these in the woods the last 5 trips out, and they're not... I did find bone in the last video. Yeah. Did you see that?
I did see that, yes.
It was not the kind to bring home to mommy.
No.
But we're getting closer.
My buddy John just said his buddy found... and he showed me a picture of it. It was monstrous. Someone must have hit one in the season and never found it and recovered it, and it was laying there. Full shed was still on it. Yeah, he said it was and it looked like probably a solid 8. Like it was pretty big, but it looks like someone, I know you put the time in. John's the same way. He'll track for days. Yeah. And I'm like, John, it's been 3 days. Like you can come back to work now.
You know what? It's hard. It's hard to give up on a deer, let alone a big deer that maybe you've been chasing for the season. Yeah. If you're any kind of a hunter, you're gonna give the ethical search for that animal. Nobody likes making a bad shot. No. But it's gonna happen. If you've hunted long enough, you're gonna make a bad shot. Sure. And it's you got to do everything that you can do to find that deer. And I'll tell you what, this past hunting season for my brother and I, we did some tracking. None of our hunts were easy, but you know what? Oh my God! We had a blast, and I would not have traded it for the world. Not every track job that I did with my brother David was phenomenal. Right. And we always have a blast doing it together. But boy, we worked.
I try to track one. With my buddy Jack from here when I was hunting. And I remember he asked me, did you make a good shot? And I said, I don't think it was a great shot. Yeah. I said, but I hit it. And he's like, all right. And it was neat because we ran, tell me if this is factual, because I'm not a good hunter by no means. But we followed the blood ran out. And then he started I don't know. It's like watching a supercomputer go off. He goes, well, sometimes they go to water. They're not going to run up. They should run down. I'm like, what are you talking to yourself for? It's like, I'm trying to figure out where this deer went. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're trying to...
That's normal.
He found that deer, though.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, how did you know that? And he's just... Because I got to give Jack credit. He's probably also one of the... he taught me a lot of the hunting that I got. That's who I hunted with. And I had a lot of fun. But that was my reward. And I remember shaking like a leaf. Dennis, I made more noise than any human being should make in the woods. And it was the rut. That's the only reason why he came in. And I think he had to know I was there. I tell about the story. I was standing, watching all the turkeys go across the ridge line. It's starting to get in that last hour. I'm fidgety. I'm looking around. I'm banging the bow off things. And I'm like, huh, that's a deer. And he's, boom. That was God's gift to say, you put a lot of time in, here it is.
Yeah, we're going to give you some.
Yeah.
Give you a little nugget.
Last time I ever hunted.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got to get you back out.
My problem is, I'm a hobby slob.
Yeah.
I get too into them. Mm-hmm. And then they consume and everything else stops for a little while.
Yeah.
I got to learn how to balance.
You just need to...
I still fish. I still do the fly fishing. But
I was hoping you were still doing that.
But that's my thing now. That's more or less like when I was trying to make a business out of it, I started to not enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. It's tough.
How did you manage that?
Oh, you know what? I don't know if I figured it out completely yet. It's still, there are days where you stress over it.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make a business out of a passion that you have and something that you love. But, I think YouTube has helped me balance that. I really truly do, because I got really stressed out when it came time. I'm the guy who does it. No one else edits for me.
Right.
So I do all my production. I do, my brother will film me. My brother, I got to tell you, my brother has come along so far. A guy who, first of all, when I started doing this, he's like, I'll let you film me, but I don't want nothing to do with cameras. And, when Tim stepped away from everything because he needed to devote time to his family and whatnot.
Sure.
It was a little scary for me, because now here I am, I have a contract signed, this, that, and the other thing, and my business partner stepped away.
Yeah.
And my brother said, I'm in.
It's a good brother.
And he's like, I looked at him, I said, what? I said, the guy who didn't want anything to do with cameras is in? He goes, I'm in. Give me cameras. I'm like,
I'll figure out.
Wait a minute. What do I look like here? So to this day, my brother has only bought a Tacticam. Well, no, wait. He bought a refurb GoPro for Christmas too. So he's getting there.
He's getting it. He doesn't have a flip phone, does he?
No, we've moved on.
Good.
He's got an iPhone.
My boss has a flip phone.
That's not right.
A flip phone.
That is not right.
You ever seen a man's...
It's like Stone Age.
Yeah, you try to watch someone text, it's painful. A3. I'm like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, but no, I mean, David, he films and he does a great job filming. He's got that eye for it, and he can tell that story.
Well, he's a hunter.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's been able to put that together. And between the two of us, and, I got the other guys who were helping out for a while, and, a couple of them have fizzled off, and
sure,
they may still help out here and there. But, for the most part, it's David and I now. But, when you do all that production time and you have to sit down, and now it's like, oh, okay, Pursuit Channel wants this. Hunt Channel, it's got to be this way. SSP TV, great people. I have a wonderful relationship with everybody here in our hometown. I got to make sure it's this way.
Right.
I got deadlines. and it's like, oh dear. And then you got to make sure you got your advertising in here. YouTube, it doesn't matter how long my video is. It can be 5 minutes. It can be 30, 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't have to put commercials in there. I don't have to worry about, half the stuff I do with television. Now, do I want good quality video? Yeah, I'm going to pride myself on good quality video, and I'll be my worst critic.
It'll make you stand out too.
So, but I can tell more of the story by doing it through YouTube, and it's brought the enjoyment back, because now I can produce videos faster.
Right.
I don't have to spend as much time getting ready for television, making sure everything is pristine, even though I'm pretty good at that. And
right.
I've got a good system, but that helps. That helps. So I think the balance part YouTube helped a lot by making that decision. Hard decision, but making that decision to go to YouTube made a big difference for us.
That's awesome. I mean, it seems like it's the best platform out there right now for putting stuff out there. I'm a YouTube junkie. Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's part of the reason why I started doing this. Yeah. I'm a YouTube junkie.
I've never been on that.
I need one of these. That's a new one.
You poop.
You poop. See, I talk a lot. It's amazing that doesn't happen more with the speed and the amount that I talk. It's incredible.
That's great.
I'm telling you, I get going, man. I could see people like trying to keep up, but I do miss hunting. I do miss archery more. I never really enjoyed rifle. That was my own thing. It was my thing I enjoyed. I think it was more primitive to do the archery. I really enjoyed it. My problem was I come home, I would shoot 100 arrows because I just got, like, I was that person, like, I got obsessed.
Right.
It's like right now, and I'm trying to learn that balance because now I do my fitness, which, I'm all in. I do jiu-jitsu, which jiu-jitsu really has changed my life. I tell everybody that. Everybody needs to try it. It's the most humbling thing you'll ever do in your life. And I don't know where I have room for more shit.
Right.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
Because I'd want to commit my time too. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, where do I fire in 100 hours a day at? But I do miss, I'll never forget, did I tell you my first bear story?
I don't remember if you did or not.
I remember, I was back, well, we won't tell where, but I was hunting. There's a lot of bear there. And my buddy's like, listen, you're going to get a bear.
Right,
and I'm like, okay. And this is when I first started, and he gave me a crossbow. And he's like, use a crossbow. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm learning. And I forget what brand it was, but it was awesome. So anyway, we're there, and I'm watching this bear come in, and for some reason, I could hear my own heartbeat as the bear was there. And I'm like, I hear my heartbeat. Can you hear my heartbeat? Like, you know what I mean? Like all these thoughts that are going through my head. I couldn't breathe for I literally was having a hard time. And I remember like, I'm there and I'm trying to line up and I'm like, okay, that's where he is. Okay. And I remember I let it fly and the arrow literally, I don't know what happened, but it's short. I mean, I went real short. The bear didn't move. And I'm like, I have to get another shot off.
Right.
Here I am. Right. Now I was fat, real fat at the time. So I had a big belly. I grabbed the string and I'm like, okay, this does have to come back perfect. And I literally went, whoop, and was able to cock that string, got another shot off and shot over the damn thing. Then we couldn't find, obviously I didn't hit him or anything, that's no worries. Then we went on a bear hunt to where was I? New Brunswick by the Bay of Fundy. Tim Daly was the guide. He was a really cool guy, had a blast, it was a great trip. First day there, he goes, Dan, I'm putting you in a stand. He goes, now I'm shooting compound bow at this time.
Right.
And I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was decent. And he goes, I have a monster coming in by Canadian standards. And I'm like, okay. He's like, so he shows me a picture. This is big. And I'm like, that does look big. So
it's not boo-boo.
I'm like, that's a big bear. So he takes me in. I get up and he goes, now listen, you're going to bake dough. You're directly in the sun in this thing. He's like, so I apologize. I'm like, okay. So I'm in. This is the tree stand, though. I got to give the guy credit. He made it. It was wooden. He took a plastic chair and screwed it into it, so I couldn't even adjust the chair. And I'm like, all right, we'll make it work. I swear, 20 minutes, and I see this bear head. I'm looking at laurel bushes, and all of a sudden, I see this bear head, and I'm like, wait, that's a bear. Like, it literally looked like a movie. This bear just stuck his head out, and I'm like, oh. She comes around, does her thing. Starts going through. She's laying down, eating. I let her eat for a good 5-10 minutes. And heart's pounding real hard. Finally, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a shot. Would you believe I shot short again? Bear took off. I didn't see another bear the rest of the week. That's I honestly now, I see so many back here. We go quad riding. Cindy sees them. We see them. When she sees them, she spells that word bear because she thinks they don't read or hear, I guess. And we're down here. She goes, Dan, there's a B-E-A-R. A B-E-A-R-A. And I'm like, what? A bear. And there's a ton back here.
Yeah.
But now I can't hunt them. I have fallen in love with bears.
Really?
He walked into my garage.
Oh, I remember the pictures of that.
He walked in my garage. We're sitting there and he walked in my garage.
Yeah.
That was different. But I can't do it.
I
can't do it. I cannot hunt bear. I don't know if, I think I get deer, no problem. I could eat them. I love them. I've had bear meat. I love it. The only problem is there's something about a bear. For some reason, I feel like I'm not meant to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever got a bear?
I have not. I've only ever had one chance at a bear and I missed, and it was with a rifle.
Really?
And my excuse is we were hunting with a bunch of buddies not far from here.
Okay.
Bear season. And you know what? I don't hunt bear that much. You know, I get an invitation every now to go with folks, and it's putting on bear drives. And I was hunting with my I have a Thompson Center 50 caliber inline muzzleloader.
Nice.
And these guys think I'm crazy because that's what I would bring for deer to hunt bear. They're like, "You're nuts." I'm like, "Dude, if I hit one, it's gonna hurt them."
Yeah.
Okay.
Are right.
That's what we're gonna do. So you know, in the morning you'd go to a tree stand, you'd sit, and I remember the morning that happened. I'm walking in and they have like reflective dots or ribbons up, and and I'm familiar with the property. I've been there several times with them, and I go walking down the path, and it's pretty open timber.
Okay.
And then it hits some pines, and then there's the swamp. Okay, so when you're going into the pines, it's just a narrow path about this big, pines on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's about a 50 to 60 yard walk through the pines to a little opening right in front of the swamp, and then it's just thick laurel swamp, and that's where the bears are hiding. So I'm walking down there, and it's dark.
Yeah.
And I hear stuff running, and I hear stuff going up a tree. I'm like, that ain't no squirrel.
Holy hammer.
So I get on the rail. I said, I got bear in front of me. They're like, kill it. It's dark. So I get in my stand. I never saw them that morning.
Yeah.
So we did our drive, and we went back to their cabin for lunch, and they decided where people are going to post, who's driving, this, that, and the other thing. And I had my gun, and they put me on this pretty hot path.
Okay.
And they're like, you're going here. I said, all right. They're like, you should take the one guy said, you should take my rifle. I said, dude, I'm good with this. You know, I'm if I get a shot,
confident in it,
I'm gonna, no, you because you need to shoot. I don't remember what kind of gun he gave me, but it was a beautiful rifle.
Yeah.
I had never shot it before.
Right.
I said, all right. So I'm standing there. Drive comes. I look. I see black going. There's a big bear with like 2 or 3 other ones.
Jesus.
And she comes out, and she's about, I don't know, 90 yards up the path.
Okay.
Up to my left. I get down on that gun and squeezed. At least I thought I squeezed. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Bear didn't do anything. I'm like,
yeah.
got down on there, all black in there, right on the shoulder, squeezed, nothing. I'm like, what?
Give me my gun.
One more time. I got 3 rounds off.
Yeah.
I didn't hit that bear once.
Holy Hannah.
I don't know what happened. I said this wasn't my gun.
Yeah.
That's my story.
I would stick with that.
I stuck with it to this day.
I would definitely stick with
Yes.
that. So you have a good story I just missed. But what also happens is back here, now what we do, this is what me and Cindy do. I have a tree stand down here still.
Okay.
So I'll take the quad down. We'll get up in the tree stand to double. And I have it overlooks this little pond. I think it's actually a stripping hole that kind of sunk in. That bear, like clockwork, will come in and go swimming.
No kidding.
And we'll sit there and we'll watch him. He'll come in and he'll come down the path. I'll have to show you where the spot is in the summer. And he comes down, he swims, does his whole 9 yards, and then he'll go away. And then another one, there's probably realistic, there's probably 6 of them back here. I know of 4 that I can point out that are all different. Because like you see deer, you know the different deer, you know the different.
Yeah,
and the bear,
tell.
I'm like, okay, that one has the white patch here. This one walks a little funny. But there is one. I know they pulled their record out over by going towards Weatherly on the Plains Road.
Yep.
2 years ago or 3 years ago, they pulled the record out of there.
Big
right?
one, yeah.
This bear dwarfs that bear.
No way.
And we've only seen him twice. Once, myself, Cindy, my buddy Chris, we're all sitting here around the fire hanging out, which we do on mostly every Friday night. And Chris goes, holy shit. There's a Chevy Equinox, the SUV, parked on the street. Bear walking past it 3/4 of the way up the window.
Ooh.
I'm like, this bear, her belly, rubbing on the floor. I'm like, oh my God. So I run. Where do I go? I run towards the damn thing to go in the alley. I turn the motion lights on real quick, and I'm looking, and this didn't care. She starts walking. He starts walking right towards me. Not running. This bear doesn't care. He knows.
Right.
You're gonna end up as bear poop if you mess with me. We literally went in the garage, closed the door a little bit. Came, looked, walked to the path, sat there for a little bit, looked back at us, looked down, kind of like, yeah, you ain't doing nothing, and went right back up the hill. The second time we saw him, he actually darted across the path on the quad, and again, pucker factor.
Yeah.
Because I only carry 9mm in the woods. That's more or less in case I run into deliverance back there. It's really not the
ding, ding, ding,
yeah, if I start hearing banjos, I drive faster. But yeah, I don't know. I want to get back into it. Ever since I started seeing these bears and running into them, it's almost like I love seeing them now.
Yeah.
Like that heart racing, scared, want to run the other way and poop my pants is now kind of like, I got to stand here and watch this thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
They are beautiful.
They're awesome. I mean, listen, I hunt. I'll hunt.
But you eat.
Anything.
You eat them.
I eat everything. My freezer is packed right now. But
oh, really? What do you got?
I got deer. I got turkey.
You came empty-handed?
I will come again.
Oh, when we move down to
when we move to the new studio that you told me about. So,
yes.
And when that fire's cooking out there, I may have to come by and we may have to put some on the fire.
I am 100% down for that.
I'm down with that.
I'm out of venison.
I got 4 this year, so.
You did.
I had a great year. A lot of fun. My brother, he got 2. He got a big buck and a doe. I got big buck and a doe in PA, buck and a doe up in New York.
Yeah.
And I had other opportunities that I just, didn't pull the trigger in late season there. But, we had a phenomenal season. Like I told you, we tracked, but you were saying about how you missed with the bow on the bear and that, and I had that with this buck.
Really?
Yeah, we called it the Big 7.
Okay.
It's not a really old deer. Some guys will be like, it's a young one, 2.5 years old, 3-year-old deer. Let him go, get bigger. Yeah, okay. But my neighbor would have shot him.
Right. Or they would have if they saw it.
Yeah. So. It's hard to do that, and I'm all about shooting big mature deer, but I don't discriminate against them either.
No,
so
they all taste the same.
They all taste great, especially with a little butter and onions.
That's right.
But no, I mean this deer came out. It was a beautiful morning. The first time I saw him, I was set up in a tree stand. It was cold. It was crisp, and overlooking a big tall grass field. And this was like the start of the series that I put out. It was called. I don't even remember what I called it. It was the big self-filming nightmare is what I called it. Part 1,
nice.
Self-filming nightmare. Part 2, because I had camera problems. The first time I saw him, he was coming in on a string, and he kept coming, and he kept coming, and he kept coming. And I'm sitting in a tree, and I'm a little sticking out like a sore thumb, and he's getting close. I'm like, well, I got to zoom out and move the camera. Well, when you do that, and he's 16 yards from you, he does one of these things.
Yeah, he saw you.
And I'm like, yeah, gig's up.
Yeah.
And he gave me the proverbial snort and turn, and he went. Well, that evening, I watched where he went, and I knew he didn't come out of the bedding. So between my brother and I, we talked about it. We both decided I needed to go to this one tree stand on the other side of the bedding.
Okay.
Went there, and that evening I saw him get out of the bedding, go into the small patch of woods. I watched him for an hour. He just stood there.
Really?
He just eating acorns and making a rub. And then I saw a couple of small bucks come out. And I'm like, well, maybe he'll follow those small bucks. And while this is all going on, he finally comes out to him and the small bucks. I'm like, they're not coming in. I hadn't killed a deer yet. It was in the late October. I'm like, I want to put some meat in the freezer. Well, 2 doe come from my left, and they're walking right past me. Okay, now, had the first problem with the camera causing me to get paid. My camera arm decided to start floating. As these 2 doe are walking right underneath my tree stand. I'm trying to get the camera on them. The camera won't stay still. I'm about ready to throw the camera out of the tree. My brother almost did that the year before. I was ready to do it. I couldn't get on them, and when they finally got by me, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I look up, and here come the buck. They're coming right to me. And these 2 small ones, they cut across. He's coming straight at me. I'm like, I'm gonna get a shot at him. So he's coming up. He's getting there. I knew where he was. It was 40 yards. No, 30 yards. No, it was 40 yards where I figured he was going to stop. So I blatted at him. I tried to get him to stop. He would not stop. I looked down. I had to move the camera. I looked back up. He's finally stopped. I come the full draw. I'm thinking he's 40 yards. Nope. 30. Skinned his back. Gave him a haircut. The best part is my arrow's in the ground. Lighted knock. Sitting there. He runs off, turns around. He's looking back at the knock. He starts walking in. I'm like, son of a gun. I get another arrow. I look down at the camera again to make sure he's in the frame. And as I'm drawing back, I come the full draw. I look, and I accidentally hit my thumb. Yeah. The barrel of my and I stick it in a tree in front of me.
Holy shit!
That was it for that one. Then I hunted this deer now several days in a row, and I kept moving in on him, circling, trying to figure out. I finally figured out where he was going to this big white oak. Yeah. And that night that I killed him, there was a doe coming, and she came out. I could have killed her easily, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hang out. She's feeding. I'm gonna wait. You know, it's getting down to that last half hour. She's looking away from me. Wind's blowing in my face. She's blowing. And I'm like, you know what, honey? You're starting to get on my nerves. I'm about ready to let one at you. I'm like, but what are you blowing at? She's looking away from me. The wind's in my face. What are you blowing at? I look up towards our food plot, and here he is coming from the food plot down to her. He comes down. He gets 15 yards away. I have a big tree in front of me, which was perfect because it was keeping me from being seen.
Yeah.
So I had the camera on him. I moved over. He's standing there broadside. I look. I had him in the frame. Everything's good. I come to full draw. I don't see any trees. I'm clear.
Right.
I release that arrow. I hit the tree. And you hear me go, you gotta be kidding me. So my boss at work, he gets a kick out of watching that video all the time.
I'm gonna have to play that.
Yeah, he goes, you gotta be kidding me. So this deer, he just wanted to go for a ride in my truck, I think, because he ran off about 10, 15, 20 yards and started coming back again. So I'm doing one of these things, watching him trying to grab an arrow, knock an arrow. He gets out there 30 yards. I go, meh. Yeah, that was game over after that one. Fourth arrow, got him. Fourth one got him.
That is an awesome story. Dude, that is incredible. I have several questions. Number one, when you make your mind up, I've never hunted a specific deer, okay, and I know guys have.
Yeah.
I have had trail camera pictures of it. What's it feel like to hunt that animal that many days in a row and finally get it?
Oh my God.
And it's the one you want.
You know what? I didn't know it was him when I shot him.
Really?
I thought it was a different buck. We had a couple of good buck on camera.
Okay.
That we had seen throughout the summer, following them, this, that, and the other thing. And, I really didn't realize that it was him when he came in that evening that I killed him. I thought it was a different big 8-pointer.
Oh, really?
And I figured, okay, this guy's gone. He's not going to give me another chance. Well, I waited that night for my brother to come up to find him. Well, my shot was a little bit high, so he blood like crazy.
Right.
But because it was a little bit high, he went further than we thought. Well, when we found him, first of all, it was ecstatic. I mean, it was like a huge relief because he went about 150 yards, which was further than what we had thought he was going to even go. We were getting a little nervous. So we were ecstatic that we found him. Well, when we went over to put the tag on him, and I grabbed his antlers because he was wedged in like a rock in that, and I pulled him over. I went to my brother. You hear it on the video. I'm like, oh my God, it's the big 7. It was like, oh my God, I got him.
That's the one.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
That's awesome. And the patience, I don't think people realize the patience it takes to be a good hunter. That's incredible. The only thing I've learned with patience now is I didn't learn it when I was hunting, because I was the guy too. Like, and I admit it, 9 times out of 10, if that deer came in and you gave me a shot, I'm taking it. Like, I didn't wait.
Yeah.
Like, I would. Truth be told, I got this guy in the rear femoral artery. Completely not where I was aiming.
Yeah.
8 yards.
Yeah.
Maybe. And it was. I thought I swacked him great. Like, I thought I had a good clean shot on him. And he literally reared up, ran 8-10 yards by a set of laurels, and that was it. I'm like, come on. And I'm like, yes. And I'll never forget, I'm so happy, right? I'm like, I'll give him 10 minutes, whatever. So I knew he was down. So anyway, I do my thing. I lower my pack down. I get down. I had a climber at the time. I come down. I radio Jack. I'm like, dude, I got him. He's awesome. I'm coming right up, blah, 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 blah. So I'm getting ready to field dress the deer, and I'm looking, and I'm like, where'd I hit him? Jack goes, in your ass, you asshole. And I'm like, come on. And I did. I hit his femoral artery, but he didn't.
Yeah.
It was the best, worst shot I guess you can make. I mean, he went down like a ton of bricks, but yeah. And then I got a doe before him. I think the weekend before, same thing.
Right.
Then that was a great shot. That was my best. I mean, literally, deer went right down. I'm like, oh,
nice.
Like that was too great. Then I don't know. I'll get back out.
It's just, I love it.
I know you do.
It's just peaceful.
Yeah.
I could sit in a tree stand all day. I could sit in a ground blind on a base of a tree, whatever it is. Now I'm into saddle hunting.
What is this?
Saddle hunting.
What is okay?
All right. So So I watch, you know, like you said, I'm a YouTube junkie. So am I. You know, I mean, I've got my favorite YouTube channels. The Hunting Public, Hushin', Catman Outdoors, Tethered, and that's where I saw this saddle. It's from a company called Tethered.
Okay.
And saddle hunting is basically looks like you're wearing a big diaper.
Okay.
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 And that is your seat. That is your safety harness, and you're just standing on a platform. And you get up in a tree, and you're tied. You've got your rope, your tether around the tree.
Okay.
And you've got, you know, you're basically carabinered in.
Okay.
And you can swing around that tree almost 360 degrees and shoot. And I've been watching people getting more and more into saddle hunting, and I saw it in the past.
Yeah.
You know, but I never tried, and I said, you know what, I really want to try this because one, I go to New York, I go out of state, I've been to Maryland to hunt, I've been to Ohio to hunt, you know, and it's a lot to lug a tree stand in and out along with camera equipment and a backpack, and you know, it's like you're killing yourself. So I was like, I got to get as light as I can, as mobile as I can.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of research on there's all kinds of saddles out there.
Yeah.
They're all great products, but I really, really like this company Tethered and what they've been doing and how they're making stuff so lightweight but so safe and durable, and they have this platform. It's called the Predator platform, and it's just like a 12 by 12 platform.
Yeah.
And all you do is stand on it.
That's it.
And it's super light. And I'm like, man, how can that be comfortable? So I bit the bullet. I got one.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, it is the most comfortable form of hunting that I've had, and I've sat in a lot of stuff. And,
Sure.
You know, but you wear your saddle into the woods.
Okay.
So the platform attaches to my backpack.
Okay.
The only thing I'm still trying to figure out is climbing sticks. Like I have a lone wolf tree stand, so I use my lone wolf climbing sticks. They're lightweight, they work great.
Yeah.
But I still got to find something better.
Okay.
And, you know, you get up in there, but once you're up in that tree, I mean, it is comfortable sitting there. I can swing around. I can actually use the tree to hide behind
I gotcha.
as something's coming in. So you're actually, it puts another element to hunting. Like, you know, when you're hanging a tree stand on it, you're setting it up on the side of the tree that, you know, you're expecting those deer to come. Now you're setting up on the opposite side of that tree because you want to be able to swing around it, and you want to be able to shoot to your strong side.
So you like the trees in front, like, so you're saying the tree goes in front of you then? If so you're basically leaning back this way. Nice. Yep. That actually sounds really smart.
It is really, really cool. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, I hunted in it. I didn't have it for archery season because they were so popular. And the company is growing tremendously. You know, I got the what they call the Tethered Mantis saddle. They just came out with a new one this year at the ATA show called the Phantom, and it's even better than the Mantis. And I was like, man, I wish they would have had that when I bought this one.
Hook my boy Dennis up. Who's
you
this
know?
guy?
but phenomenal. I mean, they've got some workshops coming up this summer, like in different states where they're doing stuff like that. And boy, if I can go, I'm definitely going to try to get to them.
I would.
You know, but boy, it's just so much fun, and I like it because it's lightweight, you know, and I can put miles underneath my feet, get back in where nobody's at on public land.
Yeah.
And you know, listen, if you don't film hunts, it's awesome, you know, because you don't have that much stuff that you have to carry.
Yeah.
For a guy who films hunts, I've got to carry a camera. I've got to carry a camera arm. I've got to carry batteries. So I got a lot of crap.
Yeah.
That's got to go in the woods with me. So whatever's going to get me in the tree's got to be as light and as
makes sense,
you know, and that's why I love it. It's great.
I'll have to check that out next time I see it or come over. I got to check. That sounds.
I actually have the saddle out in my truck. I'll show you later.
Yeah, I have to show it. I'm walking out. That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the camera. Like, see, I never filmed any of the hunts we did. That has to be the challenge in its own. Is just setting that camera up, and then you're set up, and then obviously the camera has to be able to move.
Yep.
And then you're there, but you still want to kill the animal. But you got to get the shot because you do have a TV show.
Right.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got at least 2 cameras running when I'm in the tree, sometimes 3.
Jesus.
So, and now it's not big cameras like this,
right,
you know, but this is my main camera.
Okay.
That goes on my on a camera arm. I use Muddy camera arms and Fourth Arrow camera arms. I'm not partnered with anybody.
Right.
Both come in handy.
Sure.
You know, it depends on the situation. I use my Fourth Arrow for my running and gunning, like my public land stuff, and I'm being mobile.
Yeah.
It's lightweight.
Okay.
It's nice. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. You know, my sets where I'll put down my farm, I can put my muddy camera arm base out and I'll leave it there, and then I just got to carry the arm in when I'm doing that. But yeah, but then I'll have like a GoPro.
Yeah.
If I'm hunting with archery, I've got a GoPro mounted on my bow facing me. I'll have a Tacticam in my stabilizer facing out.
That's pretty cool.
I may have another GoPro up here, kind of getting the big broad view.
Yeah.
You know, and then I got the main camera obviously filming. So it's fun, but sometimes I go to myself, why did you use so many cameras?
I want this angle, no, this angle.
Because now I got to figure out which one goes with which.
You got to get the best option, best shot. That's crazy.
You know, you make more work for yourself.
And let me tell you something. I know the cameras aren't cheap because I'm looking at cameras and my head is spinning.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I want to eventually get away from using the phone and get to the point where I can angle different things. And, you know, it's low budget right now.
Right.
But I'm pricing some of them and I'm like, holy shit.
I'll tell you what. Listen, I'm not proud.
Yeah.
Refurb is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I would buy it. It's...
Refurb, I mean, my cameras,
Yeah.
that camera's a refurbished camera.
Yeah.
And the thing works like a unbelievable. I mean, it's a Canon XA20.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love it. It's small, compact camera, but it produces really good footage. You know, DSLRs, I still have my DSLRs. I use them. You know, they create some cool scenes, that cinematic look if you're looking for that. You know, and then GoPros, I mean, GoPros have come so far.
They're amazing.
It's unbelievable.
We've used them on, you know, when we went fishing and stuff like that, and I'm like, wow, like they're just the picture quality on them is. I mean, the new iPhone's supposed to be now that's the 11 Pro.
Yeah.
The new one, they said, is 100 megapixels.
Yeah.
That means I can see the pores on your nose.
It's crazy.
Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Like pretty soon I'll be able to see through you.
And I'll tell you what, you take a look at like some of these guys. I mean, you know, you go out west, like Hushin, okay, you know, the guys with Hush channel, they use their phones all the time when they're glassing, and they have the phone scope adapter.
I've seen that, yeah.
And I bought one of them for my optics.
Yeah.
And you hook your phone up to it. I mean, these phones, the resolution that you get on video is just
amazing.
unbelievable. They're taking the video for television shows right off of their phones.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's nuts.
And we came from, I remember my first phone had a cord in a bag, and it sat on the floor of my car.
That was
and I wasn't allowed to use it.
No, it was just
because it was like $87 to make a phone
Yeah, that's correct. The roaming was unbelievable.
Yeah, no one knows what roaming is anymore.
No.
It is bounce off.
What's roaming?
What's roaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? Are you lost?
It's great. You know what though? Today I had to do a different route for work today because one of the guys was he had something going on in his family, needed a day off, and I had to do a different route. Mm-hmm. And it's in town here. I know this town. And I had to use my GPS. I'm like, wow, did I become an idiot? Like, I'm like, you got to need this on Carson Street. Carson Street. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's bad. But, you know, you were a volunteer firefighter. I did it. You actually made chief.
Yeah, chief, buddy.
Chief.
Yeah, white hat.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. I got stories about Dennis in the fire department. Anybody ever wants to know? We had a lot of fun together.
We will not put those on.
He was a good
video.
dude. Let me tell you, I learned a lot from this guy. I did. I really, really, truly, truly did.
We had a lot of fun.
We did. It was a good time. I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I'm not I bounced from hobby to hobby, but I'm not ashamed or embarrassed of it either because I did a lot of crazy shit. Mm-hmm. Anything I wanted to do, I said I'm gonna go do it. Mm-hmm. And now I'm trying to learn how to stay a little bit more focused. Though. Yeah. That's my jiu-jitsu. I'm telling you. Everybody laughs, and I'm telling you, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
When you're getting choked out by one of your best friends and they're trying to kill you. Mm-hmm. And it's a puzzle, and that's what I like because far too often I think if things are easy for me, then I'm like, I don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I like the challenge. Let me tell you something. I suck at jiu-jitsu. Now I got lucky. I did win last year a couple of tournaments, but I'll tell you, I go and the guys I roll with are just. That's where the patience come in because if someone's crushing me and I got to figure out, okay, how am I getting out from this?
Yeah.
And it slows everything down for me. And I think that's, I'm a tad bit of a junkie when it comes to it. I like it. Yeah. You know, it's like, but again, I found now, like when I tried the different things I've tried, Mayfly Militia, a whole bunch of different things, that I need to, I can't turn something I absolutely love into my job.
Right.
For me, I just can't.
Yeah.
Like the fly fishing was fun, but then I'm taking a camera to go fishing. I just want to go fishing.
I've done that a couple times. That's hard.
Because you're afraid you're going to hook into that monster too, though, if you don't bring it with you.
Well, there's water involved. Cameras in water,
they don't get along.
They don't get along well.
GoPros do.
And I've done that.
GoPros
do. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll film a hunt any day over a fishing trip.
I would too, and I think my reason why was what started making it no fun for me is when you hunt, you got it on camera.
Yeah.
It's your choice to let that arrow fly, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. If I had that fish on the hook, and the guy's like, play that fish a little longer, I really don't want to play that fish any longer. Because I try, just like you with hunting, you're very ethical. I know that about you. But when fishing, I wanted to be ethical. I had, this is for you, Chris and Lauren. Lenny DeBias passed away, Chris's dad. And he was probably he was the ethical hunter, fisherman, I should say. And I know he hunted and stuff too in his youth, but the man preached it. But he practiced it. So it was one of those things, and Chris is super intelligent when it comes to fish. Like, if the water temperature is this and this and this, you shouldn't play that fish for that long because this will happen and that will happen. I'm like, am I going to kill the fish, Chris? Just tell me. I don't need to know the barometric pressure. What's going to happen? Am I going to kill this fish? So it was get the fish, play a little bit, do your thing, get it released. Yeah. I didn't want to play with the camera to get that shot. You know how many fish I probably should have had on camera? But I'm like, and I didn't want to get mad at Mike. I didn't want to hurt a fish.
Yeah.
It sounds silly, but I didn't want to hurt that fish. If I wasn't going to eat it, I didn't want to hurt it.
Yep.
And I catched and released 99.9% of the time. I have eaten them. I love fish. So nothing is better than catching a fish on the river, going right over, cooking it up with your buddies at lunch, having that fish, and then going back to fish again.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. But yeah, so anyway, I'm glad I don't do that anymore. But listen, we've been talking for quite a while.
A little bit.
And we're going to do it again because you're coming down to the new studio for sure.
I can't wait.
That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. All those guys, I cannot wait to start actually setting it up. That's because it's my little space now. I can do it the way I want.
Cool.
It's going to be pretty neat. Definitely have you down for that. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody? And do you have any sponsors? Anybody you want to yell out to?
We've got some great partners that we work with still. I mean, Killer Food Plots. This is the time of year that we're excited about because we're getting ready to frost seed our food plots in just a week. So Killer Food Plots, Nick Percy, great guy, love him, wealth of knowledge, but we work with them, Vortex Optics, Raptor Razor Knives, Scent Blocker, Mike Wagner with Dusty W, German Shorthair Pointers. I don't know if you've ever watched Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. They were just on Sunday.
Oh, I didn't see this.
And they were down at Mike Wagner's, and what he does with the dogs is a great thing. And we have just so much fun laughing with Mike. Yeah. That would be a cool podcast for you to do with Mike Wagner.
Done as soon as I get in the new place.
Yes,
absolutely.
You got to. Will
he bring a dog? That's the most important.
Sure, he'll bring a dog.
All right, that's all. I do my beer route and everybody laughs because if you bring a dog near a beer store and tie him out and they're like, "Do you mind?" I'm like, "No, bring him over here."
Yeah, no. Yeah, he'll. Without a doubt, he'll have a blast with it. But yeah, no, we've got. We don't have a lot of partners that we do a lot with, but those are the products that we really, really like. Altera Alpaca Socks. Sean Malloy, great guy. I love the socks. I got them on right now. So
sweet.
We're gonna have this podcast is gonna be up on your YouTube channel
and yours,
as well as mine. So if you're looking for it, check out the Dan Kisacky Experiment as well as ours. And we've got some discount codes on our YouTube channel for Killer Food Plots, for Altera Alpaca, Raptor Razor Knives. And so check those discount codes out there. That'll save you some dollars on some of the equipment that we use.
Sure.
Cool.
Cool. Real quick, I know it's Wild Bout Huntin', but let them know. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all Wild Bout Huntin'.
All Wild Bout. It's everything's Wild Bout Huntin'. Twitter, everything's Wild Bout Huntin'. Just
sweet.
Yeah, it's simple.
Awesome. Listen, I hope you enjoyed it. Do me a favor, smash that subscribe button for me. Spread the word, and this will be on, again, the Dan Kisacky Experiment, Wild Bout Huntin'. You can go check that out. And other than that, guys, I love you all. Have a great one. See ya. Boom. I could talk all day on this.
Oh, my God, this is fun.